Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos blindly plays Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice. Last time, hippie Jesus turned into a rocker. What on earth? That music, it's making my ears bleed. I don't know where he got these, speakers from. What the hell was that? That was probably by design, but it definitely didn't sound right. This is the music of my soul. Oh, are you supposed to be like heavy metal screaming? I'm not doing that. I only do that for little girls pretty much when I voice them. So that's not happening. I'm the Twilight Messenger, can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell. He's dripping with lies, running with Philistines? I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotines. Philistines. And now for something completely different. Nice. I like that reference. This plinkety-plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage. And despite all of it, I'm still just a rat in a cage. Your rage? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. No. No. Okay, sniffing around, suspicious. Throwing out what you think are real accusations. Absolutely. False ones, though, that's a no-no. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise, and I'll have to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise? Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do you? Fine. Let me see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of that peanut gallery. Boo earns! Did he really just win the court over with that performance? Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul! I call this chart topper soul screaming truth. Soul screaming truth. How much you want to bet it's not the truth? The priestess's dance had come to an end. To the music storeroom, my way I did wend. Death, truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. Okay, from my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep into this treasure room. And trailing from behind, hound on the scent, I saw a pot roll. After Albie he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, backed by the storeroom, can't be beat. Then out with the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than blackest black, robbing all sight. Yeah, baby. That's the soul metal flow. What is this music? I never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin. This is Demolin' Metal. Yo, geezer, how are those ears ringing? I don't know much about music. But I've got chills, and they're multiplying. You scared, lawyer man? Run away as fast as you can. What a wonderful rhyme. The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music store for? Hey, I went to put my Demolin away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the right. But then why did you lie before? Because you'd send me to hell. Huh? We all know about lawyers and their lying, lawyerly ways. What you gonna do, brother? Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drawn up false charges on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say? Okay, so, one, I don't know much about your Koreanism religion, like, at all, for the most part. I mean, I'm sure Maya could explain some of it to me, but I don't really get it. At the same time, wouldn't, in most religion, if they have a hell, or some sort of place of judgment, damnation, punishment, if you are accused and falsely accused and falsely executed for those crimes, I'm pretty sure whatever deity is going to punish said evildoers in the afterlife would not go by the court's ruling. Right? Like, if say I did lie and got you executed and you were innocent, we know you're not, but if you were innocent, you're not going to get to the afterlife and fucking God or whoever is going to be standing there and be like, all right, so straight up, you were innocent, but you were found guilty in the court of law, so straight to hell you go. I'm pretty sure that's not how that happens. Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? For you, yes. Now, are you punks ready to rock or what? I can't hear you. I said, are you ready to teach this lying lawyer how we get things done around here? Yeah! Okay, Payne. All right, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. Cross-examination. Soul screaming truth. Why are we talking like that, Chronos? I don't know. Well, that's a lot of... I guess you did cut it up a bunch. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, that's a lot of parts. We're just gonna skip to the end so I can quickly get through them without having to wait. And then I'll press on everything. There we go. Alright, press! You say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? Oh, and what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right. I don't really have any proof. And yet... well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. I mean... you stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway from Mr. Roll. So you panic, ran into the music store. Isn't that right? Phoenix, we're dying. Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? The silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what you needed, a moment of silence to bid the lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? Like, no real offense, lawyer man, men, women, everyone who's a lawyer watching this, which I'm assuming is every single one of you. Yeah, most lawyers actually are pretty hated. It really depends on the law, like what lawyer type of lawyer you are. I know people will hate like ambulance chasers or whatnot and stuff like that, but still, they generally speaking don't have the best reputation. To be fair, most people these days don't have the best reputation. I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom. And then I did this on the guitar. So what exactly do you mean by death truth? It's the blade of truth that's gonna send your lawyer soul to hell. The sea of blood will be the last thing you ever see. I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying. I don't expect a bobblehead like you to understand. Either way you get it, bobblehead. I don't know why, that's a good insult though. Either way you get it and you feel it or you don't, simple as that.
Hold it!
How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell ya. Slim shady, in fact. What's that saying about people who live in glass houses? That they're probably gonna bake like a goddamn turkey in an oven or something. Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he looks furtive.
Objection!
The defendant admitted he was sneaking into the treasure, in to see the treasure box. Sneaking in to see the treasure box, there we go. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Bzz, wrong. Piece of Lubbin knows the score, baby. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ears, an artist only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for God Boy here. And what did you see next, Mr. Understanding, whatever.
Hold it!
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent? What? You don't get it? I mean, that's pretty obvious. It's always the same, you know. Lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I say hound on the scent like a hunting dog, cause you know, roll was a garden. Uh-oh, here we go. The inspiration came to me suddenly like a flash. Please don't flash the court. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, you're the one who asked. I knew I shouldn't have asked. You really shouldn't have. That was pretty fucking obvious. You still on the stand. Yeah, Mr. Understand, you're still on the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in the modeling class. Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on. Slash and thrash. 2 Pokemon moves. One of them's really good with a high crit rate. The other one can also be really good if you plan for it, but it does hurt you in return, or confuses you. Either hurts you, you know, what does it fucking do? It confuses you, right? It does. You do it like 3 times and then you're confused. Yeah. Flail is the one that hurts you, right? Or is it struggle? A struggle for sure. That's the one you use when you don't actually have any pee-pee. Why'd you say pee-pee like that, Chronos? Don't worry about it. What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? Is that right? There! Get the picture? Diddling yourself? Picture? What picture? Misunderstanding is a question that you're not asking the same thing over and over. Hey, geezer, you got it in one. Take a bow, baby. How the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you asked? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime. Like literally getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it? Then out went the power. Oh yeah, we already read this. You only get one voice line of the same thing. Where were you when the power outage occurred? Unless I forget. Then you get multiple. Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. I don't know what that means. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. And now that you discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. I mean, yeah, probably. Lawyer man, just as always, you full of bull. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. This guy really shouldn't quit his day job. Filthy liar through and through. And I ain't ever gonna forgive you? Is that supposed to be headbanging or are you humping the stand?
I don't or lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous.
Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone stop their jam session, please. You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated. There we go. That's not good. What's so funny? Please, Lubbin and understanding. Nonetheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under cover of darkness.
You're forgetting one very important thing.
And that is?
It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design.
Oh, that's not true. There was a breaker right near the storeroom, right? Oh, right. Oh, that's right. No, there was a breaker. He was right next to it. I did forget that. No, okay. You guys are just being dumb. Where's the thing? Yeah, there's a breaker right there. Storeroom. If he was in the storeroom diddling his guitar, he comes out, flips the breaker, bashes the dude fucking head in with probably his yellow guitar, which is here, but not in the courtroom. So yeah, it's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. Lies! And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him. Slightly more difficult, sure. You're right, even though I would notice someone coming up behind me. Even I would. No, you wouldn't. No, you fucking wouldn't. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? What can I say about that?
Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen.
Yeah. Well, not magically, but by flipping the switch. Wait, that's it. I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen, with no magic necessary.
What?
You have a theory? A game theory? No, a defense theory, Your Honor. All he had to do was make use of something shown in the diagram. We just looked at it. It's literally right there. It says breaker. It literally says breaker. The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom and end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch blackness? With no source of light whatsoever? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. With the lights off, the hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. I hate when he's right. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. A guide through the darkness?
Something? That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree?
You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked punch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard, really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby. Whoa. Did I mention I'm also related to Ric Flair and Sting? Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some clarity and precision now. Defense. Uh-oh. Two things I'm awful at. Can you present us something that could serve as a guide? Glows in the dark, goes in the dark, glows in the dark, goes in the dark. How old is Jesus, man? 36, okay. I can. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide? This thing!
Take that!
I believe the victim was holding the treasure box.
Huh?
Huh?
Have you gone mad?
Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon. Well, I guess you're right.
But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Oh, well, because I said so.
What is the lawyer talking about? Nonsense and lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? I don't know. Gas them? Just like fart in their general direction? Defense. Are we going to be needing those tongue shares after all? No, Your Majesty. Yeah, man. Do it. Do it. Then we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. That's not psychopathic to say at all. Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man, while you still have a tongue to scream with. I guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained by this. Brain, don't fail me now. My brain has always failed me. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding the treasure box? Security guard, a devout believer, the thief. Like, I know we have health left. I know we have health left. I'm just gonna save just in case. He wasn't the thief. Because I feel like Albie would have said something like that, right? But then again, Albie should have said something like, yeah, I saw him, he was holding the treasure box. So yeah, security guard, right? Guess he was a security guard. I beg your pardon? Mr. Roll removed the treasure from the treasure room in order to protect it. What on earth are you talking about? He must have known the treasure would have been stolen on that day. Maybe he received a warning from the culprit. Yeah, some thieves like to do that. And so, before the treasure can be stolen, at least thieves in fantasy, I don't know about reality, Mr. Roll decided to take it somewhere safe. I know there were some people that committed crimes that they warned people about in the past. Or at least they committed crimes and sent like, hey, catch me if you can. Oh my, how thrilling. Your Majesty, don't let the defense's forked tongue deceive you. If the victim had even an inkling of the potential theft, surely he would have let the temple authorities know. Oh, you're right. He never mentioned a word anything like that to me, and I'm the head monk. That's probably why I'm suddenly not so confident about the answer. I just came dangerously close to having my soul sullied by the lawyer's lies. But I'm not lying, guess I better try again. Okay. Hey, at least I didn't get damaged. So he was the thief, then? It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. But I think it might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, defense? Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? The victim? The thief? What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. If the victim was a thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. It would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the great stairs and pulled the gun out on him. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun out on Albie, yeah. And then when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Do you have any idea what you're saying? You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. Roll trying to roll the temple? The devout believer? The pious Chronos? I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, Your Majesty. Oh really? In that case, can we assume you have proof?
The blood? The blood? Blood? Maybe? Uh-oh. Proof, huh? My arch nemesis. Do I have any proof? But I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof, he says unassuredly. The proof is that Mr. Roll was a thief, may have been left behind at the scene on a certain piece of evidence. So it is the blood on the thing? Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints. I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some trace evidence left on it. What proof do you have? It's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. It's this?
Take that!
The music didn't stop. This will examine this piece of evidence. I'm wrong. Oh, shish kebabs. So I was so confident on that I didn't even save. It's not like I'm that close to dying, but still. Okay, don't overthink this, Phoenix. It's gotta be something I might still hold some trace of being touched. Okay. Chronos. What? That's saved, right? Yes, okay, good. I mean, it's not this, right? It would be this, the treasure box. It's not the picture. The treasure box. There might be some trace evidence on it that would show the victims had held it. Might. You'd better hope you turned up something more definitive than that defense. Yes, sir, Your Majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. Wear gloves, please. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the whole tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this. Oh, we fingerprinting? You can rotate the evidence with that. You can also use Y and B to zoom. No, we're just examining it. Okay. If it ever gets too turned around, I can always reset by pressing the R button, or R stick. Okay, so sweet. Whee! Fun. Alright, cool. Okay, so I guess we'll just start off here with examine! This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything of note about it. Okie dokie. Here. There's a butterfly relief on it. Again, it looks like Venomoth. Oh, you know what? It looks like that Ruby Sapphire dude. Beautifly? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe just Venomoth. I've seen this same butterfly shape here and all over Courtroom. Interesting, but I guess it doesn't really help. I'm gonna assume it's the blood. Huh. The lid on the box was forced open. While the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Hey! What? You son of a... He locked it! So? What's the big deal? You can open it with the key you're wearing. Yeah, I can, no sweat. And then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you all over the there? I mean, I feel like you're missing a word there, but I get it. I think I'd like to open the box up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, the Magatama key. So wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark? Uh-huh. Flip it around. Huh. It won't open. Huh. Would you look at that? Thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. Interesting. Okay. In any case, I better take another good look. I have to find proof the victim was holding this box. Okay, so... handprint. You know, you're right. That is just a handprint. This outline of a handprint anyways. This bloodstain, it shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's bloodstain here outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to this precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. Probably. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box. I know we're probably right, given our track record, but I do think it's a little weird that we're painting this dead man as the thief without actually any proof before that. But anyways, the blood from his head was splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lawyerly deceit.
What do you mean?
That's not blood, that's strawberry jam. Mr. Wright, where's your proof that's the outline of the victim's hand?
What? I should have seen this coming.
Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all the trouble and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead.
That I did not see coming. Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof of the outline of the victim's hand? Was the dude wearing gloves? Also, he has blood on his hand, right? Oh, he totally was wearing gloves, you're right. Where is the proof that of something like that even be? In my pocket. Please submit your evidence at this time. Hey, what did you hear?
Take that!
We were just looking at it. I've got it. This is the evidence going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims of my forked tongue, it just so happens I have proof you require.
You do?
That's right. Here's the crime photo. Is it? Where? It's right here in the front photo. Defense, please point it out. I'm blind. Really? You need me to point this out? Like, I get it. But still.
Take that!
Mr. Payne, take a look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood.
What?
If you place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline...
You think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter?
Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Then, the victim really was holding the box. I'm willing to bet my life on it, because I am. Literally. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box.
You can't be serious! I protest. There's no way that they would ever match up. I assert that is patently impossible for. Oh!
Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he bit his. I was like, why is he screaming? What's the matter, Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? Well, you... Biting your tongue does suck. Biting your cheek sucks too.
I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course it's not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. After some being proven right, anyways, I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future, too, if you wouldn't mind. He never has to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting that the person that pulled the gun on you was actually a thief and a bad person. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll said to me? Albie, train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he said. Yeah, he was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Sniffle! Mr. Roll!
Objection!
Now, wait just a minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding on to the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding a murder weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon? Was something else? The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered on the treasure box the victim was holding when he was struck with the real weapon. That's what really happened. Also, I feel like I read one of those parts really wrong. Isn't that right, Mr. Understanding? Are you insinuating I'm the one who used the real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? I get it. Fuck you. Yeah, how long I was picked on because of my name? You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Someone pull the plug. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic lawyer man, drop into the abyss. All behind the back! Despicable lawyer man, yo, you make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. Hey, that reference my daughter? Watch your fucking mouth. Worthless lawyer man, done in by a weapon. For you, miserable wretch, hell doth beckon. Yas, queen. I know I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. I know you, Majesty. Yet you're prepared to risk it all for a mere idea of a real murder weapon. A death to the lawyer. This is it, the moment of truth. I can't back down, not now. Yes, your Majesty, I am. I am confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us a piece of evidence, which piece of evidence points to a real murder weapon? Gladly! If I knew which one it was. I know which one it was! What would somebody like Mr. Understanding use to bludgeon someone? Fucking guitar? Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Hey, let's see it, Mr. Lawyer Man. Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon I used. Here. You beat him over the head with the 14-year-old girl. What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility, but this thin thread is all I got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion. This photo? How's that going to help you, Mr. Wright? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Like, oh, fuck. Oh, yeah? And what's this something, huh? This thing here is odd, to say the least.
Take that!
Mr. Understanding, why is the image you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Oh, would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I believe you said your Dalmalin was your one and only.
Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to that? I got nothing to say.
Then allow me to answer that for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Not after you use it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. How would the blood from that position get to where his hand was? Whatever.
My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man.
In that case, please submit your old Dalama Mullen to the court as evidence.
Too bad, you're too late. I got rid of her yesterday.
You what?
Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby. Dust to dust.
No! He already destroyed the evidence?
And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to be burned in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash.
Now there's no proof to show.
Oh, come on. That was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that.
Oh, God.
Where's the great scream of yours?
This can't be how it ends. This is why we always carry, Phoenix. So we can fight our way out. I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. But your magistrate, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in the court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of your profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Anderson understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture. I do feel like we did pretty good argument of that while Arby's, yeah. Fucking Arby's here didn't do it. There's no pain expression I've been looking. Oh, there's the pain expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you were forgetting.
What is it now?
You accused Mr. Understanding for being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim.
Uh-oh.
And with that, Mr. Understanding's purported motive of murder goes out the window.
Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I hadn't been there, I would have just. If I had been there, I would have just collared, rolled, and gotten the treasure bag. But there wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there?
There's no good counter argument to that. How about nah? It sounds like to me that Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case.
Not good. Not good!
Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case. What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and I've got no more motive. Poor Albie will be convicted, and I'll lose my life, too. One of these things is way more devastating to me. Mr. Wright, you've wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lamestry in addition to the crime of berating the accused.
Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm.
This guy is guilty of sin. I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what?
Come on, people, let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out.
Where is that flamethrower we were supposed to get, Phoenix? Phoenix uses flamethrower. It's super effective in court of law. Come on. The thing to do at the time like this is to turn my thinking around. Or tails and run. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what understanding motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? I forgot he asked that question. What was what about the treasure box that would have prompted him to... Ah!
Defense, what's getting into you?
Now I get it. It all makes sense.
Like, polka dots, man. What you trying to say? Muttering and squealing to yourself sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs.
Nah, I got meds for that. Your Majesty! Please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer. How much longer? Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. Maybe. No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. And you know what? We'll go over it next time, because there might still be like 30 minutes of this case. I don't know. Probably even more. I figure and it's the prologue, so I'm assuming we're close to the end of it, but I don't know. So it's a blind Let's Play after all. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye.